Good morning, and let's have a look at the pre-market and a couple of sector news here. So first of all, NIO is down slightly, minus 0.09%, while Tesla is down almost 1%. And that's the news that is kind of striking me today, because if you're looking here at the Hong Kong tickers, most of them are actually in the green. And I've mentioned yesterday that there might be negative news coming out today about the delisting deadline of the 5 names that have been put on the list by the SEC. So far, I don't see any Bloomberg ticker or anything like that. Last time they actually dropped this kind of news right at the market open. So maybe you still have to wait until the market opens until this negative news is coming out. But so far, as I've mentioned, it's looking rather green here. And what I noticed here between NIO and Tesla, NIO down less so than Tesla, and Xpeng even up in pre-market slightly. And this is actually something unusual. Usually if Tesla is down 1%, we see NIO down minus 2%, minus 3%, something like this. And I also noticed some other Chinese stocks are doing a little bit better pre-market than, for example, here Palantir is down, Cloudflare is down 1%. But let's see, pre-market, of course, is always low volume, so this can change very, very quickly. But now let's have a look at some of the sector news. One is about video and live streaming platforms, and funnily enough, I made a video this night about, is the Chinese crackdown over? And right today, we have news in this sector. Yesterday, I mentioned how Kuaishou numbers have been pretty good. And today, we have the news that China's cyberspace tax and market regulators will crack down on tax evasion, hypes, and false marketing against live streaming companies and individuals to fill the tax income loophole. And if we are looking back at these stocks, Kuaishou in Hong Kong is down minus 6%. What else? Bili is down. Bili Bili is down almost 4% pre-market. Also, Huya and Douyu both down almost 5%. So this sector is taking a hit based on this news. And what I can say is that, as I pointed out yesterday, some of these companies are posting very solid numbers and that are actually exceeding the analyst expectations, like Kuaishou. And so I would say, is this a really big news here? They are just wanting that people are paying their taxes, so basically enforcing law. And there has been lots of drama about influencers, so-called KOL, Wang Hong in Chinese. They're not paying their taxes, and they're making actually billions in revenues. That's a big business in China. And so, for me, this is not really a story where I think that this should influence those companies that much. And I would say this is a good way to pick companies like winners, like Kuaishou, obviously here, and use this as a buy the dip opportunity there. Then we've got some other news here, which is by the People's Bank of China. So that may actually influence maybe some of the fintech stocks like FUTU and TIGR. Well, the news about this isn't really big and not very specific. But the overall message here is that they are wanting the Chinese finance industry to adhere to strengthening the foundations and consolidate the foundation, improve the new financial standard system, establish supervision mechanism for implementing of mandatory standards in the financial field, carry out pilot projects for the innovation and construction of financial standards, and give better play for supporting and leading role of financial standardizations. They're talking about how digital innovation is playing a role with that. And so I think there's both a negative as well as a positive take on this. It's showing that this is high on the agenda of the regulators to have improved the financial industry, also stressing the factor of how technology and digital is playing a role there. But then on the other hand, you can also say, oh no, this means there will be regulation coming to this sector. And as I'm always saying about this crackdown, most of it is actually in line with improving the underlying sector, not so much to destroying it. That's oftentimes the interpretation of the media. But yeah, the stocks are reacting differently, right? So despite the fact that some of these crackdowns are not really hurting the industry, sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. And then still the sector usually is selling off at this news. It's not usually a catalyst for it. So something to watch if you're invested in FUTU and TIGR. Let's see how pre-market turns into market open today. And that's it so far. Thank you guys for watching and see you in the next one.